Hello and welcome to the channel. The Presidential Election Tribunal in Nigeria is no longer admitting evidence, meaning the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Al-Haji Atiku Abubakar, can no longer use his Chicago University credentials against him. This was Tinubu telling a United States court. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Tinubu to U.S. courts. Atiku can't use my Chicago University records against me in Nigerian election tribunal. It is too late. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu has told the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, cannot use his Tinubu Chicago State University (CSU) academic records against him at the Nigerian Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Tinubu described Atiku's attempt to access his university records as a wild goose chase because it was already too late, as the Nigerian court was no longer admitting evidence. Following the discrepancies in Tinubu's credentials, Atiku, who is challenging the election of Tinubu, approached the U.S. District Court to subpoena CSU into releasing the president's academic records to aid his argument at the Elections Tribunal in Nigeria before September 21, when judgment is anticipated. Atiku is seeking nullification of Tinubu's election on the grounds of alleged electoral fraud, narcotics dealing, and election irregularities at the tribunal, where he hopes to tender Tinubu's CSU academic records as evidence to substantiate his claims against the president. However, Tinubu, in his defense at the U.S. court, said it was unnecessary to release the CSU records to Atiku, as deadlines for admitting any evidence in the elections tribunal elapsed in July. The People's Gazette quoted Tinubu as saying in its response to an application for issue of discovery on August 23rd through his lawyers, Chicago-based Charles Carmichael and Oluwole Afolabi. Furthermore, the evidentiary portion of the Electoral Court proceeding closed July 29, 2023, and a judgment is currently in the process of issuing. Exhibit 7, Report of Pre-Hearing Session. Therefore, there is no indication that the Nigerian Election Court would receive any additional evidence. According to him, the case in Nigeria has advanced to the stage where all parties are only awaiting judgment, and any submission of evidence by Atiku would only contradict the court's order. Although Mr. Abubakar's counsel believes it can attempt to submit additional evidence that would be contrary to what the election court already ordered. Based on the nature of the tribunal and the proceedings underway, the Electoral Court would not allow the material sought by the application to be admitted, he said. Tinubu's lawyers further contended that the main piece of information requested by Mr. Abubakar was whether the Nigerian leader had received a diploma and graduated from CSU, which the university registrar verified in its affidavit, and that the other pieces of information sought were irrelevant. The rest is immaterial, the lawyer stated. The president further blamed an unnamed university clerk for entering wrong information on his records released to Nigerian lawyer Mike Enaoro Eba in August 2022 in response to a previous subpoena. CSU Registrar Caleb Westberg corroborated Mr. Tinubu's argument in a sworn affidavit, saying the institution's clerk, whose name was not given, had entered wrong details on Mr. Tinubu's records. But Mr. Westberg was cautious with his words, asserting the difference is likely the result of human error. That the school registrar did not explicitly state it was an error, but instead used the evasive and culpability-free phrase such as likely under oath, was a dead giveaway that the school was unsure whether it was actually an error and was covering its tracks to avoid legal battles should the court detect malfeasance and file charges against the institution. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The Chicago State University CSU has responded to the request of the 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, to release the academic records of President Bola Tinubu. Nigeria News reports that the former vice president approached a U.S. court for the Northern District of Illinois in Chicago for an order compelling the institution to release the academic records of Tinubu. The United States counsel to the PDP candidate, Angela M. Leo, told the court that she made efforts, including a subpoena, to get the university to confirm or deny the issuance of 2 diploma certificates with different dates to no avail. Atiku, through his counsel, prayed that the court should subpoena Tinubu's files domiciled with CSU, adding that the files would settle the controversy surrounding Tinubu's academic background and aid the election petition tribunal. In its response to Atiku's application on Thursday, CSU promised to release Tinubu's academic records only if a United States court grants the order. The university added that it does not understand why Tinubu's academic records could possibly have any bearing on the 2023 election challenge in a foreign country. Below are the 6 highlights of CSU's response to Atiku's request for Tinubu's academic records. 1. Chicago State University confirmed that Tinubu graduated from the university in 1979. 2. Tinubu opposed Atiku's application seeking the release of his academic records by the university. 3. Atiku's lawyers said the information about Tinubu's academic records may be used in appellate proceedings. 4. The university is ready to conditionally release Tinubu's records if the court grants Atiku's application. 5. The scope and relevancy of Atiku's request are clearly inappropriate according to the university. 6. Chicago State University is ready to meet Atiku's lawyers to attempt to address all the university's concerns. Meanwhile, a former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress APC, Timmy Frank, has called on the Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI and Central Intelligence Agency CIA to investigate the authorities of the Chicago State University over its refusal to release the academic records of President Bola Tinubu. Frank argued that the probe was necessary to determine the authenticity of the certificates offered to Americans who graduate from the university. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye.